on Niles of Niles Guns and Gold in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. I noticed we got stools here, and I've come in here a number of times. There's usually somebody coming here just sitting and chatting just like I am right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people come in and talk. But eventually they buy something. Why don't they buy things?
So how did you get in this business and why?
Into this shop here?
The gun shop, yeah.
Every place else I lived, they were around every corner.
Except for here.
Right. I left here in 1990 and moved to Florida. I was in Florida 12 years, and they're everywhere now.
Wow.
I moved from Port Charlotte, Florida to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and they're everywhere in North Carolina too.
But here, there weren't too many of them.
There's none. I'm a diesel mechanic by trade, and I got here, and the pay here for diesel mechanic was about $8 an hour less than it was in North Carolina where I was working. So I decided I wanted to do something that boosts my income. Come in, first of the month I have a lot of people come in, sell me stuff to pay their rent.
Wow. Would you say that's increased from year to year?
Yeah, I've only been here 2 years. But yeah, it increased a lot with the gas well industry coming into town because the rent went so high.
That's killing folks, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
I guess it's something that...
Well, right now it's going on back down on a downswing now because most of them have left. So rent's coming. I used to have, if I had a place for rent, I have 22 rental properties. If I had a place for rent, they usually didn't last 2 days. And I had it rented. Now I've got one I've had empty for almost a month. But I didn't raise my rent when everybody else did, and I just left it the same. And some of these people are back down to nothing.
Move.
Right.
And why did you do that? That's actually an interesting story. Why did you decide? I mean, everybody else was raising them.
Why hurt the local people?
You can still, reasonably profit without.
I was making money beforehand. Why gouge the local people now? You know what I'm saying? That's what these other people will throw in local people out of their houses to rent to these gas well people.
Wow.
They were renting their house for $450 or $500 a month, throw them out, rent it to them for $1,500.
Yeah, we have business partners, the Fergusons, and they bought some homes to rent to gas workers, but they don't really rent the homes. What they do is they have a service where they stay there, they take care of them. Yep. So they're not really selling the rental, but when they rent them, they just, they have rental properties for local people that are reasonable and normal, and that they didn't raise and they don't keep up. But they were able to provide a service.
Right.
So, but what I've seen a lot of is folks, they're getting houses and they're charging what I saw, our partners charging for all these services for just the rent.
Right.
And that is, I'd say that's probably going to bite somebody in the.
Oh yeah. There's now people that were renting won't go back. So I had people that have rented in these places where I'm at for 30 years. How do you?
What are you going to do? With the economy being what it is, how many people you're not a pawn shop per se, but I'm sure people can sell things. How many people what would you say, are looking to sell things?
In what time period? A day?
Well, no, I mean let's say since the election, because the election seems to have had a big impact.
That really hasn't had an impact on how many people come in here selling stuff. It's had an impact on people coming in buying guns. I mean, like I said, there's been a lot more. Between hunting season and the election, I've about doubled my sale of guns in a day.
So they're really, even though they're economically, it's harder, people are still finding that money so they can.
Well, they come in, we have really guns.
How much do you think more after the election did they start getting guns after your president won?
Within 1 day.
Within a day.
I had a girl come in that had just taken her hunter safety course. We come in and said, better buy a gun before I can.
You think that's a big factor?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
What about ammo? Guns and ammo, or just the guns?
I don't sell ammunition.
Okay, well, so you wouldn't know that. But I'm curious as if they're buying the ammo too. I reckon they would, because they're going to put taxes and all kinds of stuff in ammo now.
Oh yeah. He's trying to do it through that Arms agreement.
The UN Arms Agreement.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
a lot of people were concerned about that. How many people would you say that of the people that you deal with actually ask questions about it?
A lot. Eight or nine a week anyway ask me about that. If he passes that through that UN Arms Agreement, will they really come take our guns? I said, I doubt that, but it's going to be his back